And welcome to the Mod Squad. I'm your host, Kevin. Joining me as always is Felix.
What's up?
Today we have an interview with our special guest, Mr. Denzell Draws.
What's going on, man?
Denzell was featured in the October Gamer Box. He gave us these sweet prints right here.
What's up? What's up? Seriously, dude, we did an unboxing. If you hit the little eye that pops up right now, you'll see that. But we did an unboxing and we opened these up, dude. And even in our prep, that our non-prep because we don't really prep, but we prep. We're like, we got to talk to this dude, man. We really we reach out to the artist that really hit us in the right spot, and we opened these up, and we both, Kevin and I, were just, our jaws dropped, dude. It's just something about the style that resonated with both of us.
Yeah, that chibi style is pretty much what it is. So, Felix, first question.
Oh, well, as I was asked, how long did it take you to sign the 3,000 art prints?
All right, so that's a hilarious question. So it didn't take me long. It took me about, I think I got it within like the 5 to 6 hour like range. I kind of like droned out, like I was like watching TV and like mindlessly doing it, and I don't know, it was fun. Like I thought it was gonna be a lot, but it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot, to be honest with you.
That actually is the quickest I think we've ever heard.
Yeah, we've had a few of them that take like 2 days to do.
Yeah.
But I can see if you drone out while you're watching TV.
What's the first art print that you remember monetizing?
The first art print, actually, I can show you right here. So,
Okay.
It wasn't until April of this year that I actually joined my first Comic Con. Let me flip the screen around. And once my mentor, he told me, he's like, man, you got to be in Comic Cons, man. Like, yo, you have to. And I was like, oh, I can't do it. And then, like, I worked on the Ninja Turtles set. He's like, if you're gonna do it, like, you got to have like things like products and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. So I like the Ninja Turtles. My sisters love the Ninja Turtles. Like, let's do it. So the first one I did was Leonardo.
Awesome.
And then I moved on to Mikey, and then Raph, and then I did Donatello at the end. So that was like the first 4. It wasn't just like one; it was like all of them at once. Because I'm trying to get like that situation where like somebody's like, "Oh man, like I want like multiple. Like I don't want just one; I want all of them." So yeah, that was like one of the things I tried to hit.
That's actually one of my questions. Notice that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You have all 4 of them there. Which one is your favorite? Me personally, I've always liked Donatello, but Leonardo's the main one because he's the leader, and I like to take charge, even though Kevin doesn't like it. But who's your favorite?
So I'm gonna let you guess that one.
I want to say Ralph.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna take Raph.
I was going to say Ralph too, actually. So, awesome.
There you were.
Awesome. At what age did you discover your love of art?
I've been on and off consistently like my entire life. I took drawing classes for like more like classical, like realistic stuff when I was in 6th grade. And that lasted from like 6th grade to 8th grade. And I was like an extracurricular. Like nobody told me that like this can be a career or anything. Like this is just like a side thing just to do, just to get out the house. And then let's see, college, I went to school for art, but it was more so graphic design. Then again, like he was like, oh yeah, you can't do anything with illustration. Like that's just like a side thing that you can do for fun. And then it wasn't until the pandemic actually. I got laid off from my job, which was like the worst, best thing that ever happened to me. And then like in between like finding another job, I was like, you know what, I need to do something to like just like keep my mind going. So I just started drawing. And then I just really, really, really loved like drawing like pocket sized things. Like that's pretty much like my trait all the time. So I actually like hoard these little characters, like these little Halo characters that I get from the store. I don't know if you guys can see them, but yeah, it's like anything that's like bite sized and small, like that's like my thing. So I was like, let me see if I can like draw that and see how it looks. So I drew my friends for free. And it's like, oh man, like, that's a cool thing. Like, you should do it again. You should keep it going. And they kind of snowballed. because I have a bunch of friends that's like cosplayers, and, like they're in the cosplay community. So like, you know, it's like, can you draw my cosplay? Can you draw my cosplay? So it's just like snowball. So I would say like the height of that was like the 2020 to now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So really, in you, who do you look for inspiration if you look anywhere? Is there any artists that jump out that you're like, that's the one?
Oh yeah. Okay. So Derek Loftman is like literally one of my favorite artists. I'll show you one of his books right here. I actually came a little bit prepared. So he has a book called like Creations. It's kind of like backwards here, but yeah. So he has a book called Creations, and like literally, it's just like him like just drawing all of these cool things, like, you know, these little miniature small characters and stuff. And like just all these little caricatures of like whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Awesome.
So that gave me like a big influence on my style, and from that I kind of like developed something of my own. But like, you know, that's like kind of like where the starting point was. So Derek Loftman is like a big inspiration of me.
Awesome. So you mentioned you went to school for graphic art and design. What school did you go to, and who was your mentor, and how have they impacted your art today?
Okay, so the college I went to was called William Patterson University. I'm originally from New Jersey, so that is in Wayne, New Jersey. And I had a mentor over there, but that was more for graphic design. Her name was Angela Delora. Like, she was like this really, really sweet old lady. Well, sweet but spicy old lady. With like one, like she literally had one arm, and like that was like the ongoing joke. And like she was like, "Yo, don't make me put on my robot arm, because like I'll kill you with it." Like pretty much, like she had like the whole Terminator thing going on. She was crushing cans and everything. But she was awesome.
Whole Terminator thing, right?
Exactly. Exactly. But she was like a mentor for me for more graphic design related stuff. But for what I do now, my mentor, I actually have an official mentor. His name is Dominic Glover. And if you've ever been to any Comic-Con ever, like you've probably seen his booth at least like a dozen times. Like he has like the booth that like skyrockets like all the way to the ceiling in every con. But he's the one that actually like helped me get my things off the ground. Like when I was lost and I didn't have a job, he was like, "Man, like, you know, we gotta get you out there. You have like a real talent." He's like, one thing you need to know, like, you do not have to draw like me to be successful. And if you see like his stuff, is like, it looks like a lot more like realistic. But he knows the space. He's been in it like for a while, and like, you know, he helped me like link up with a lot of people that do stuff what I do, things that he does, and just like people in the con space in general. And it's just really awesome. So like, you know, I thank him for everything. So that's my mentor.
Awesome. You know, it's always good to have somebody that you can fall back on for advice and stuff when you're like going through a rough patch or anything like that. It's, you know, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
I seen on your website there's tons and tons of Marvel. First question, out of two questions, have you seen the Eternals and what did you think about it? And second, what's your favorite Marvel movie out there?
Okay, so I did see the Eternals. I saw it this weekend. It was a great movie for somebody that does not know anything about the Eternals. And
Same here.
Yeah, I really had to do like last minute comic book research on like who the Eternals were. But I think they handle like diversity really well, and like just inclusion of like all different types of people that you may find. So I think they did a really good job with that. And they didn't they didn't beat it over the head. It wasn't like heavy handed. I think it was like really, really like well done. So I enjoyed it.
And what's your favorite MCU movie out there?
Let's see. Favorite MCU movie out there. Actually, I'm going to show you a little mini print of mine. So I love like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like, nice.
Yeah.
I noticed you had those on there.
Yeah. So Guardians is like my favorite. I love the colors. I love like James Gunn's directing. Love the characters.
His style.
Yeah.
His comedy is great. That's actually Kevin. He's a big Marvel person. If you can see the wall behind him, he loves Guardians, man.
I'm not a Marvel guy at all. Like I am strictly DC, but which I see no DC on your page, but that's okay.
You know, I can tell you a story about that too. So I haven't ventured into DC yet because mentally up here, I'm like, you know what? I'm not there yet mentally. Like I need to do these guys justice. Like, You know what I mean? It's just Justice League. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
Yeah.
it makes no sense because I could do it, but like mentally, I'm like, no, I can't do it yet. Yeah.
That's a good comeback, man. That's good. You're on Kevin's good side now.
Yeah, yeah, there we go. So your style is pretty much like a chibi style, which is, you know, the bigger head, exaggerated features and stuff like that. What drew you to that particular style?
So what drew me to that style, again, Derek Loftman stuff, I was completely floored by it. Also, I just have a super love for just like small things. Like I'm that type of person where like I'll share like images of like just small like baby bunnies and stuff like that. Like I just love like really small and cute things. Like it makes no freaking sense. So I just thought
That's why you liked Cujo then, huh?
Exactly. I'm probably gonna steal Cujo from you. But yeah, so I love that. I love like I'm really fascinated with like game board pieces and like, you know, little figurines and stuff like that. It's funny because I don't have any Funkos, but I do like favor them. I don't have them because I know if I get one, I'm gonna want a gazillion of them. So I'm not even gonna pick that up.
Don't do it, dude. I started with one and I have too many. I don't even know what to do. I'm starting to give them away to my nieces and nephews at birthdays parties because I don't know what to do with them anymore. And it's something that you get addicted to, man. I think you used to hate those. No, Kevin? Now you got all kinds.
No, I used to have a ton of Funkos myself, and then I just like I can't do this no more. It's too expensive. Because you start getting into the one, and then you start into the collector part of it, to where you want the chases and the limited editions and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
So can I chime in on something like that?
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what I'm trying to hit. I'm trying to hit like that whole collector type situation. So you saw the Star-Lord that I did. I have like a bunch more like mini prints that I've done, like of like the characters that you see on my website and everything. Like I just like have all of them. So like people already ask me for like variants of like these characters too, like the old school like Yondu. Like people are asking for like different variations of Iron Man and stuff like that. So I want to create that whole situation. I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
So you're gonna do variants of the art then, pretty much kind of like with BAM like then, no?
The 500 and the
yeah.
Oh, so it's like your first four-way or whatever. Your first entrance into the variant.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't think about that until like I did that for BAM, and I was like, wow. I was like, wait, this is actually really cool. And then like yeah, like you know, it's just like snowballing into like a bunch of ideas. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that like down the line.
Speaking of doing that for BAM, how did you get in contact with BAM, and how did that conversation go?
Oh man, so like that was actually really cool. So I was at Orlando Comic-Con. This is like my first huge mega Comic-Con.
I just moved from Florida to Texas, and I had been to MegaCon like 5 years straight. I love that con. And it's huge.
I'm addicted to it now too, man. Like I just enjoyed it. Like I was like I've never traveled that far for a con before. Like granted, I started going to cons in April. So like I'm just like really, really new to the scene. And like once I did that, I was like, yo, I don't want to go home. Like this is incredible. So I met them at Comic-Con. They was like, yo, man, your stuff is incredible. Like I love like the layout and everything. I love like just the whole style. And then like they was like, yo, like I would love it if you guys they were just like, I would love it if you like, you know, if you would like to be featured like for our subscription box. They gave me the whole spiel and everything. And I was like, yo, I am more than down to do that. That is so cool. Awesome. So yeah, I was like super excited. I was so on board.
So you actually met Adam while he was there, the big tall guy with the beard.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
All you have to say is the tall guy, man. That dude is huge.
Yeah.
Will you be back?
Oh, for Orlando Comic-Con?
No, for BAM.
Oh, 100%. If they ever hit me up, like I told them, I was like, if you guys ever need anything, like let me know. I got you. Like I 100% got you. I think that was like a cool experience, and I loved it.
We will definitely push for it ourselves, because like I love these prints. Literally, what Felix said earlier was true. Like when we saw him, we were like, we have to get this guy, do an interview with him, because I love this art and your color palette. Like your color palette is so cool. It's so what's the word I'm looking for? It's so wide.
Rich.
Yeah, it's rich.
Yeah,
very rich, and it's not like orange, but it's a specific orange. It's like your color palette's not what you would think. it's different, but it still fits. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like earlier, we were testing the volume before we called you, and I went into your website, and I'm like, we were testing, and I'm like, oh crap, that I really like the green and that first character that's on there. It's an anime, and I don't do anime really well, so I'm not going to butcher the name. But the first one, and my favorite color is green. I always throw it out there, and those two greens for the hair. Both of those were just like, that is my favorite, that was awesome. And Kevin's like, I'm trying to do a audio test here. And I'm like, but that green, that's what's up. So your color, like Kevin said, it's different, but it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun, man. Working with color. Yo, you won't believe too. So before I even get into that, like it's been it took me so long to actually start using color because I was like, I can't use color. Like the same thing how it was with the DC thing. I can't do it. I can't. And then I just did it. I was like, what am I afraid of? Like, just do it. So I just started playing around with it and just saw how things go together, how things work and how they don't work. So after doing that, countless amounts of times, you start to get the hang of things and stuff. And what I like about this whole thing is that each character that I draw, they have a different palette. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like when I was drawing Drax, he had a different color, green, teal, whatever color he has, and I was like, that is a cool color. I never thought I'd be using this, but it's a new thing that you just play around with. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Really quick question, back to Bam. Did they pick Terminator or did they give you a choice between a couple different franchises?
Oh, they picked Terminator.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had literally no clue. Well, not no clue, but I had nothing on my radar that said I was going to draw a Terminator. I was eventually going to do the oldie soon. But I was like, this is the time right now. I might as well just draw Terminator. So I drew him. It was cool. I was unlocking my inner Sarah Connor myself, and yeah, it was fun. So I enjoyed it.
They turned out great, man. You're strictly digital art. Have you ever thought about using any other types of mediums for art?
Actually, some of my friends they do traditional too, and they're trying to get me to do more traditional stuff. I was like, maybe down the line again, this the inner scaredy cat in me, I can't do it yet. But once I do it, then I'll actually do it. So
I got you.
Yeah, but right now it's just all digital.
You work a lot with cosplayers too, right?
Yes,
and more specifically black cosplayers. Tell us more about that role in that community.
Okay, so during the pandemic, when I got laid off, I was drawing, and then I have a bunch of friends within the cosplay community that I was already friends with, and I was like, do you mind if I draw you? I just want to practice. I think your cosplay is really cool. I think you're really cool. Let me just draw you. And that happened, and then the whole snowball effect happened. So one cosplayer shares it, another one sees it, say, how can I get this done? And then it just snowballs into a gazillion different cosplayers. Next thing you know, you're in with all the cosplayers, and joined the Facebook groups. Actually joined in one of the bigger groups that's actually they host events and stuff like that, and they're a pretty cool name in the black cosplay community. But yeah, it just happened so fast, and next thing you know, I had a crap load of commissions to do. Yeah, the big challenge with that was all right, so I have a lot of commissions, right, and I love drawing cosplayers. And at the same time, I want to get into conventions, and I have to have more the IP characters, if I'm going to sell a lot. Yeah, so I'm still battling that that balance of just balancing the two. So I don't know, that's kind of where I'm at right now. But yeah, it's fun. I love everybody, and my favorite thing is when he was oh yo, I've been following you, yo, I love you stuff. It's so cool. Some of them, they come and they hang out, they visit my booth. Some of them, they hang out the entire time. It's awesome, you know.
Awesome. Felix, you have anything else, man?
Yeah, I normally end them with a little bit of rapid fire. Mario or Sonic?
Oh man. Oh man. Oh, that was a hard one. Mario. I'm gonna say Mario.
Peter Parker or Miles Morales?
Miles Morales.
I think I know the answer to this one, but cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Kevin, pay attention to this one. DC or Marvel?
Oh man. Okay, Marvel.
Is it GIF or is it GIF?
Oh, come on. It's GIF. The word is graphics.
Yep.
Dwayne Johnson or Vin Diesel?
Oh man. The Rock. But then I love family. The Rock.
Xbox, PlayStation?
PlayStation, 100%.
Tea or coffee?
Ooh, tea. 100% tea. I don't even know why that was a thought. I don't even drink coffee.
X-Men or Avengers?
Ooh, X-Men. X-Men.
And these are the movies, Terminator 1 or Terminator Part 2?
Oh, Judgment Day, for sure.
Yes.
So too.
It's, to me, it's back and forth because one's a classic and all, and it's more got that horror element, and I'm a horror guy. But God, T2 changed the game. I remember standing in line for that movie, man, back in the day. You probably weren't born yet, but yeah.
Yeah, I was too young for that, but I do remember it, like the scene in T2 where Sarah Connor is on the gate, and then like the whole world explodes. Like that scarred me as a kid. I was like, and then somehow it turned into me like loving it even more. Like as I got older, it was so weird.
Yeah, that part resonated with a bunch of us too. I think it has to do with the end of the world, dude, and being so young, and just the concept of that, and it being on screen, and you maybe getting a glimpse of, what it would look like. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally get that.
Awesome, man. All right, man. What are your socials, man? Where can people find you and your work?
Okay, so the socials are, well, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. And you could find me on Twitter, but I'm not really on Twitter that much. I want to like expand upon that within the next year. But my name all across the board is Denzell Draws. That's DenzelLdraws.
Awesome. All right, I think that does it for this episode of the Mod Squad. So for Felix and Denzell, I am Kevin saying, keep on bamming, bammers.
See ya, man.
See ya.